Hi, I'm Alan Castleman with Hickman Realty Group here in Jackson, Tennessee. I want to take just a minute to talk about being ready to buy. What do you mean ready to buy, Alan? I'm ready to buy. I want to buy a house. No. I want to talk to you about being ready. Aside from finding the right house, what are the techniques that we're going to use to acquire that house or negotiate for that house? So let's talk about those today. First step, get prepared by getting qualified. Make sure you contact with a lender, preferably a local lender. Local sellers like to see lenders that they're familiar with. And get your pre-qualification. Get the letter in hand that says, I'm ready to buy, and I've got a letter that says I'm qualified for this. Just a quick side note on that, with interest rates changing, make sure that you know what your budget is according to the rate. Because if you get qualified today and you know this rate gets this payment, well, in 30 days, 45 days from now, you need to make sure that if the rates have changed, you're still comfortable with that budget. Next, start talking to your agent about when we write an offer, what are the things that we can do to improve the way it looks? Because we might be in a competitive situation. What about earnest money? How much earnest money would be normal in our area? It's kind of all over the place. Some agents do low amounts like $500 or $1,000. Most sellers really like to see about 1%. As a buyer's agent, that's what I like to recommend to my buyers. Consider putting down about 1% of the sales price in earnest money. Inspection periods. I would recommend an inspection period with most home purchases. But you can do a pass-fail inspection. Sellers really get nervous about inspections, and the inspector is going to find every loose toilet, drippy faucet, door that doesn't shut properly, things like that. They don't want to feel like they're going to get picked apart with a punch list of small items. But as a buyer, we want to make sure that we look for the big items, the smoking gun, structural concerns, roof concerns, HVAC, heavy mechanicals that are expensive to repair or replace. So what you can do is do a pass-fail inspection. You can talk to your agent about that, but basically it just means we're going to look at it and inspect it, and if it's major, we have the right to terminate and walk away. But if it's not, we're going to accept the property in its current condition. What about occupancy? What is your expectation of getting occupancy? It's customary in Jackson that on the day of closing, the house is clear and the keys are transferred to the buyer. So the sellers are stressed about having to do that. They're having to get moved out before the closing even takes place. So if you're not in that big of a rush, you might improve your offer just by offering the seller a couple of extra days of occupancy. So we close on a Friday and they get to keep it until Monday. Gets them the weekend to be able to get moved. Those are small things that are really big in the eyes of the seller, and it can go a long way to improve the look of your offer. What about price negotiations? That's what we want to talk about, Alan. Well, your agent needs to keep you updated on the conditions of the market. Depending on the speed of the market and the health of the market, are we seeing negotiations? Is it commonplace? If the agent tells you no, then understanding negotiating for that $5,000 or $10,000 might lose you the property. So I'm not saying we shouldn't negotiate. We just need to be aware of what's going on in the market at the moment that you write the offer. So these are items that you need to be thinking about even before you find the house that you want to buy. These are things that help you be prepared to make the best offer when the timing is right. If you have any questions about this or anything else related to Jackson real estate, make sure you reach out to me. I'm Alan Castleman with Hickman Realty Group. I appreciate you watching today. If you like this video, make sure to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot.